Mega. It isn't even a word. Make Asia great again. Make Africa great again. Make Antarctica great again. Make Australia great again. But then how about mega? Make Europe great again? Mega. Make everybody grin again. You know, we gotta get this stuff back on our face. There's some ugly, horrible people out there that are just being mean. Okay? Look, I'm all for, not letting people come into the country without doing the proper thing. But, the way they're being treated is not kosher, not good. It's not good. Make everything good again. Make everybody grin again. No, come on now. It is, if you think that being beat up and hauled off and manhandled or whatever you want to call it, is good, then, you're not in my classroom. You're a bully. You need to go down to the principal's office and, get put on detention and stuff. This is just some silly stuff. Look, I don't care about race. I really don't. There's not I was in the Army for 23 years. I was around more races. And hey, you know what? Human beings come in different varieties, just like any breed of animal does. All the cats and dogs, they all come in different colors, shapes, and sizes and temperaments and all that. Human beings are 99.9% genetically identical. To go from black to white or white to black takes about 4 generations, and then we come up with mulatto and Melungeon and Creole and all these new words and stuff for all these different mixtures, these, what do you call them? Miscegenations. Come on now, but you know what? Everybody's miscegenated. Look, if you go back to Europe, just take England 1,000 years ago. The Normans were invading, but before the Normans invaded, the Normans had come down from the Norwegian Nordic area, okay? But before they invaded England, 500 years before that, the Jutes and the Angles and Saxons gave holy hell to the Celts and the Britons and the Picts and stuff. There's wow. This nation stuff, this nationality stuff, I think the first nation was 1789, France. We never had nations before. This is a new concept. The nation of Israel, the nation of the United States, all these different, we didn't have them. People, if you ask a European, hey, what are you? They'd probably say Catholic. I don't know, different, whatever the answer might be, but it's just, this race stuff doesn't mean a thing to me. I mean, it means a thing in that, if it's a big problem for you, then work it out. Get out of your provincial, parochial ways of thinking where only your world is the right world. Get that xenophobia out of your system. And then when it comes to gay people and lesbian, look, I'm not gay. I got friends that are gay. I got relatives that are gay. One of my grandsons is gay. Holy mackerel. I don't care. Look, I don't have yellow hair. I don't have any hair. Matter of fact, I look like one of those serial killer knuckle-dragging Neanderthals, kind of probably resemble, the leader, the border czar, that Holman guy, who never smiles because he doesn't know how to grin. He grins when, I don't know what makes him grin. I don't know, a cigar, a glass of whiskey. I'm not sure. I don't care. But look, I don't have yellow hair. I don't have purple hair. I don't have piercings. I don't have tattoos on my forehead. But I don't care if somebody else does. It's wonderful. Every younger generation comes up with something new. I used to have hair. Came down to over my shoulders or longer than my shoulders. That was a big revolutionary thing at the time. I had one ear pierced. That stuff used to get me beat up. Come on. Look, there's wonderful people from all walks of life, all languages. I love languages. You know, come on. Look, human beings, what? We all talk, we all walk, we all pee and poop, we all dance, listen to music, sing, play musical instruments, we eat food, we drink different things. What else do human beings have in common? Oh, there's little slight differences that cause somebody else to go all haywire and wrapped around the axle and stuff like that. Come on now. Please, look, take a vacation, go someplace else where there's other people, okay? Where there's other kinds, where there's other languages, where there's other ways to dress, and do it more often. Look, I want to tell you about America, or the United States, the United States. We got this race problems, but we also don't have the race problems. There's a lot of people out there not into that regressive crap. All right? There's a whole lot of people. I mean, look at No King's Day. No King's Day was loaded with people who probably are not into that. You know, as a matter of fact, they're anti all that racist crap, okay? That's it. That's the way it is, all right? I mean, there's a whole bunch out there. And there's a bunch of regressives that are making it bad for everybody else and have made it bad for everybody else over the years. Yes, there are bad people in all groups, but you know what? Right now, the spotlight is on us. But I wanted to say one more thing in terms of the United States. If you look at the grand entry or the opening ceremony, I think that's what it's called, of the Olympics, and you watch Japan walk in, or Russia walk in, or China walk in, or some different countries in different parts of the world walk in, their people are all pretty much of the same. You watch the United States walk in, and it's a mixture of people from all those other places. Hey, you know, we got some good people here. We got some good ideas going on. And if we accentuate them and stop... Look, the thing that happened recently out in California, you know, where they busted the marijuana farmers and all that kind of stuff, and there were little kids in the factories, and what else? The guy shooting the gun and all that kind of... Look, if you're gonna win, you gotta quit being violent. Yeah, it could get to a point where there's violence, but let me tell you something. The right-wing regressive group, the MAGA, the Tea Party, the regressive, and I mean the ones that aren't really Republicans per se, those people are like, I don't know. They got guns. They're the ones with the guns, for number one. So, you know, in a gunfight, guess who's going to win? You know, and we just can't go in there and be spray painting buildings and throwing things at the cops and all that kind of stuff. This is not the way we figure things out. All right? I'm 72 years old. I can say what I want to say because, you know what? Pretty soon I'll be pushing up daisies, you know? I'm going to leave this message, though, because I'm just sick and tired of people going against gay people and black people and Native Americans and anything with that something different that they just don't care for. Yet they like to go and eat sushi and eat Mexican food and pizzas and stuff, eh? You know? Come on now. People, MAGA, make everybody grin again. Okay, here's a grin. And a grin is like, okay, it's not like... That's not a grin. A grin involves the eyes. When you have the eyes smiling, the smile becomes genuine. Come on, everybody. Let's get those people with those ugly faces that are out to argue and get everybody and hate the enemy. Let's get them to, hey, they're smiling. We got to smile too. We got to change. Thank you very much. Have a great day.